the ultimate Son, was given to us as the works of the Father. He is the work of God. And when God calls us to himself, what does he call us to do? To not do nothing, but to rely on the finished works. Right? Why am I saying that? Jesus is all the doing we need and the undoing of our doings. When I say he's all the doing we need, I mean when we go to him, he becomes the locomotive of every work we need to do. He becomes the manifestation of our own sweat where we don't do anything. So because of that, he is the happenstance of all that heaven is. Meaning he is the initiator, the manifestation, the event, the doing and the flow of all heaven is. And now because we come and we talk of revivals, and sometimes we think revival is something external from God. Revival is something attached to the person of God. But revival is not an event. Revival is basically the revivalist being present. But because we are so focused on looking for events that we miss the true, tangible revival. Because what do? We're people who hold back monuments in the past. So because in the past we see a revival and we read it and it looks like an event, but in truth it wasn't an event. It was just a group of people who came and recognized the ultimate prison when in a place. But when history records it, it becomes an event through the pages of time. But it's not an event, it was the tangible manifestation of the person who's there. I was waiting on the Lord a long time ago and I was thinking to myself, and I said to myself, wait, the Welsh revival, why did it happen? It happened because Jesus was present. If we take Jesus out of the Welsh revival, there's no Welsh revival. So the Welsh revival was happening because of the presence of Jesus. So in other words, Jesus was the nucleus of the Welsh revival. And I began to think about the healing revival. So the healing revival happened because Jesus was present too. If you take Jesus, there is no healing revival. Then I realized, so he was present during the Welsh revival, during the healing revival, meaning in his person, he has memory and record of all these revivals. But then he's outside of time, meaning these revivals are in the present, in the now. So if those revivals happen because he was present, that means when I meet him, I'm meeting the ultimate one who carries in his substance the living reality of each revival that ever happened. And I remember looking at him, and I looked at him, and he said to me, you have been in every revival because you've been with a revivalist who is every revival. So I'm not looking for an event. I did that. I studied revivals. I read great stories. But I found something in my quest. I met feet so beautiful, feet so lovely, feet so tender. And I met hands that had holes and a side that was pierced. And I had a voice that spoke to me and said to me, I'm all the doing you need. So in front of him, all my desire for any other event disappeared. And I realized all of heaven is contained within him, and he's the doing of all my doings. So he is to me revival. How? By me recognizing his tangible presence. I'll tell you the last thing he said to me, I think about 2 days ago. I was thinking, sometimes I forget, right? And I want to make something happen real quick. And I had him speak to me, and he said to me, I'm all the doing you need. I'm all the doing you need. In other words, I don't have to do anything. I just have to recognize you. And everything is perfect. So is it possible to walk in constant non-stop revival? Yes, it's possible. But I'm not looking for an event. I'm looking for the person. Because the person is revival. So because we are so event-oriented, there is a widespread talks and rhetoric on end times and revivals. And I've often said that Jesus is my end times. What do I mean when I say it's my end times? He came to bring an end to all the towering towers of darkness that surrounded me. He came to bring an end to the reign of the devil in my life. He came to bring an end to the reign of pain, disease, and sickness in my life. He came to say, it is finished. So Jesus is the end times to every manifestation of the kingdom of darkness in my life. That's why when he came, he declared this was, it is finished, saying he is putting an end to the reign and the power of Satan. So when I see him, I see him as my end times. So I'm not afraid of any rhetoric, of any news that people may throw and say this is what's going to happen. Because I've been with a revivalist who is in every revival. And I've been with the end times, who is the end of all pain and disease. And I've been with him who's the ultimate one. Jesus alone is worth it all. Jesus alone.